When two people disagree on something or have a slight argument, they rely on one of the following to settle their misunderstanding: a rational discussion between the two, or they just get on each other's throats just to prove a point. Now, in the world of Call of Duty, arguments happen all the time and people always turn to a rational decision when one of them is chokeslammed and heavily humiliated in a dreadful 1v1 match. For those who are watching this and are unaware of the concept of a 1v1, it's basically a specially planned altercation where the two people in a disagreement settle their differences by beating each other to a pulp until one finally submits to defeat. And in some cases, there isn't any disagreement at all, it's just two maniacs who likes to fight for no reason. For any of these situations, there's always rules to the fights that are set to keep things under control, like don't mention somebody's wife's name or don't tell no lie on somebody's name. In the game is basically the same. In order to keep the matches fair and square, the following are things you are not expected to do in any 1v1 match. Whether it's tactical or lethal, throwables are a no-no when it comes to a 1v1 match. I didn't know that up until recently when I had a 1v1 against my friend to decide which one of us was the best in Call of Duty. I used contact grenades and broke rule number 1 to snatch 2 of my kills, resulting in the termination of that match. Just make sure you don't use any of these cause it might ruin the entire match experience. I know score streaks are something you own after getting a number of kills through your hard work, but in a 1v1, please don't. They are fun when used in a normal 5 vs 5 multiplayer match, but in a 1v1, they put your opponent at a huge disadvantage. I don't think it's fun having a 1v1 against your friend and he pulls up on you with a Goliath, or decides to call in a VTOL, or something as simple as a UAV. All these are totally unfair to a 1v1 scenario, so make sure you don't use them. If you're a normal functioning human being, you know that operator skills are an absolute no to a 1v1. It's like pulling up with a gun to a fist fight, or in this case, a pulverizer, or an annihilator, or the gravity spikes. You don't have to think twice about this, bro. And in my first ever rematch with bro, he had the balls to use the misdirection device on me, which for a person who relies on the sound of their enemy's footsteps, I obviously got destroyed. Try not to use any of these to keep things fair in your 1v1 matches. Do I even need to talk about this? If you play Call of Duty, then you know how outrageously overpowered these things are. I don't mind if you pull up with a melee as a secondary weapon, just don't use it. I know the only reason most people carry melees as secondary is for mobility and some for how cool the running animation look. I honestly don't mind you pulling up with a Glock as your secondary and using it cause it's a gun and it has limited damage, but a knife that can kill with one hit to the leg? No. I think it speaks for itself. Unless it's a premeditated sniper match against you and bro, pulling up to a 1v1 with a sniper is prohibited, with all caps, prohibited. I may be against this too cause I myself am not good at any of them, but I don't mind going against someone who asked in advance even though I know I'll lose the match. With the conclusion of this video, I would like to officially announce the start of the 1v1 series in our channel, where on every weekend, starting from Friday to Sunday, I'll go against 3 of my subscribers in 3 moderated matches per subscriber. All you gotta do is like this video, drop a sub to the channel, and leave your Call of Duty Mobile username in the comment section down below. As a final step, you can send your friend request to my account name, BLACCULT, and a description written subscriber, so that I can clear out my friends list for my loyal subscribers. And if you want to hop in and spectate the matches, do the same thing so that you can be added to my friends list. And with that, I'll catch you lot in the next video.